This episode is brought to you by Monkey Nutrition. I guess you can leverage off the brand that Mimi's built with all of her YouTube videos and social interests. Is that just a natural progression from there?
Yeah, it is, and that's why I highly recommend anybody. You know, it's truly anybody. It's like if you have an interest of some sort, start. You don't have to have the mindset of like, how am I going to make money off this once again? If you're passionate about, let's say, cooking, start making cooking videos or cooking podcasts or whatever or if you're passionate about certain things. But it's a really amazing time right now to create content that delivers value to people and you build an audience. And then when time comes around that you'll create a product around it, you can do it. So for us right now with Mimi, it's really effortless to start a different business that is still tied in with her interests.
Right.
Because people that follow her, they'll know her for what her interest is. And if we introduce a product that is aligned with that, it's not like energy drink or something like that. It's like,
right.
Mimi doesn't drink energy drinks.
Right.
Right. But if it's actually aligned with what she is as a person, what she values, and I believe it really resonates. So we're really excited kind of for that next chapter.
Yeah, it seems ultimate possibility because they want the Super Mario. They don't care if it's the mushroom.
No, yeah.
Right. No, and I agree. And one thing I'll say about both of you guys is that your personalities and your lifestyles and your brand is super genuine, And so, like, I've met you both, and you're very cool people. And like online, but I mean online, I'm sure if people hadn't met you, they'd see some of your videos or her videos and be like, all right, who are these people? But I mean, like, you guys are. Well, the word is congruent. You guys really are those people. And like we were saying in the kitchen, you can't fake this stuff over time. You just can't fake it. And you can't fake it an hour and a half podcast. Like, people get to know who you are.
Yeah.
And like you said, YouTube is the closest thing to reality. And when you put sound in there and even fancy editing, people still they decide whether they like you or not in like about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And if you're providing value and not trying to extract all the time, then people come back for that.
Yeah, and that's what's kind of like, in a way, just to kind of comment on that. Although YouTube is great, I was just reading today that a study came out that YouTube, out of I think most social media networks, has the highest conversion rate for selling.
Right.
And many brands are realizing this, and right now there's a huge also conversion of many brands going there and trying to sell and trying to get these even YouTubers to push their products. So in a way, the medium is changing too. But what's starting to happen as well, as these big brands are coming with money and they're with the same agenda, right? Sell this stuff, say our name, do whatever, right? And when that happens, people feel it right away. They see you, they feel it when you're just selling them stuff and you're not being congruent with what you're selling. There's nothing wrong with selling if you're selling something that's congruent to you and you genuinely believe in it. So even ourselves, if we would send products to people, we're like, we want you to like the product. Don't even talk about it if you don't like the product. There's no point, right? Don't do it for the money. You have to actually be genuinely interested and excited about the product because we know that's when it sells.
Yeah, and especially, people say the millennials, people like that. I mean, they're on the look right away for the product placement and all that stuff. So yeah, no, I agree. And the funny thing about YouTube videos, as I've discovered on London Real, is that they're going to be there forever until the global thermonuclear war. And so, like, even your videos you made 4 years ago, where you're talking to camera, they might not be as with the same DSLR, but there's still value. And like the video we did on ayahuasca 3 years ago, people still watch it, and they're probably going to watch it for a long time. And so it's kind of fascinating. I think you're right. If you provide value and put it out there, then it has real staying power.
Yeah, and I think the most important thing is the way to view kind of, even say if someone's going to start podcasting or doing YouTube videos or whatever, is that it's really, you're creating, that's the closest thing you can get to cloning yourself. So you know what I mean? So now let's say have a database of more than 250 videos on our channel. We've done the work. Mimi is working 24/7.
Right.
Online, wherever. I'm right now speaking 24/7 on YouTube. There's probably or even people are listening to your podcast, probably any time of the day.
Yeah, there's 85 years of my podcast.
Yeah.
So one person could watch it their entire life and not run out.
Exactly. But overall, I'm just saying, as you create this content, you got to just think of it in a way. It's like, this content works for you. You're planting seeds that will reap benefits. So that's why you have to keep kind of doing it and doing, yeah.
This week on London Real, former MI5 intelligence officer turned whistleblower, Annie Machon.
What we're looking at now is a de facto police state. You know, all the laws are in place, they're just not being applied to most citizens yet. I think it's not a case of having anything to hide, it's having a case that I have a right to privacy, and I can't guarantee my government will uphold that right, therefore I need to take the steps to do it.
She talks NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden.
He would die for his country. He wants to try and improve the way his country operates within its own boundaries and protect its citizens. And we seem to forget and think that human rights are a luxury. They're not, they're fundamental, and privacy is one of them.
On Sunday, London Real presents Annie Machon, whistleblower.
So it's a very British mess, is the short answer.